Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Just finishing watching this pile of... I'm sorry, I'm going to say shit. Yeah, that is what I'm going to say. Shit. I mean, where do you want to start? I mean, yeah, the first 45 minutes was probably the most energised performance that we've played all season. But what happened in the second half? Where did that same amount of energy go? Completely down the plug hole. Completely down the plug hole. And I know people, it's not the manager's fault. Like, people could say it's not the manager's fault because he brought 3 forward players onto the pitch and Charlie White, Will Grigg and Chris Maguire to try and win the game. But let's first of all look at, with Charlie White, not Charlie White, sorry, my bad. I'm all over the place at the moment after that performance. With Chris Maguire, for example, probably our best player overall in the squad so far this season, and he gets left on the bench. What's that about? Honestly, what is that about? I mean, I'd like to know whether there was an injury in there. If there was, then I do apologise for that. And also, still no clean sheet this season. Even Bolton, who were playing on Saturday, third from bottom, they kept a clean sheet tonight. I can just picture it on Saturday. Sky Sports yellow bar, bottom of the screen. Bolton Wanderers pick up their first league win of the season. I mean, what are they going to be thinking tonight? I mean, was it a 0-0 draw they picked up, and they're at home again on Saturday against us? They are absolutely going to go for it on Saturday. Go for it. And let's talk about Rotherham's equalising goal. I mean, this is another thing I want to point out. Why was Conor McLaughlin instantly thinking at times he was playing as a centre-back? If he was actually in the position where he's meant to play, that goal would have been prevented. Look at the amount of space he had to find movement find room in the box and get the shot away. And also, was it Mark McNulty, probably the best performance he's had in the Sunderland shirt at least for the first hour of the game. Gets on the score sheet, wins the penalty for us. What's his reward? He gets taken off. I don't get it. And Charlie White's chance. If McNulty was in that position, I guarantee he would have buried that. And listen, I don't want to fault Charlie White. I think he tries hard, but strikers, part of promotion-winning sides, don't miss chances like that. Hit it with a bit of power. Either one side of the keeper, then it's just in the back of the net. 3 points. But we have to settle for another bloody point. McGeady's penalty, absolute schoolboy. I mean, have some bloody power on it, man. Bloody power. I mean, straight at the keeper. I mean, it was more or less like a pass back to the goalkeeper. Here, you have it, go. Positives, however, John Willis, absolute warrior at the back tonight, winning tackles left, right and centre. He made a few very decent ones second half. Luke O'Nien, we finally tonight got to see him play in the position we all want to see him play in, that central midfield. And he did a great job, especially in that first half where a lot of Rotherham's midfield couldn't cope with the amount of energy and pace that he had. He kept winning the ball off them, and every time he lost the ball, he showed desire to get it back. He was probably one of him and McNulty, and also McGeoch played well, looked very good in possession as well. Probably our 3 best players there were tonight. 4 actually. Denver Hume worked his socks off as well. But it's not enough. Honestly, it's just not enough at the end of the day. We look worse off defensively from what we were last season. Worse off defensively. And listen, I know Stuart Donald, he's going to stand by Jack Ross and say, I believed in him. I still think, however, that he can lead this club to that next level. But from what we've seen the last couple of weeks and months, Stuart Donald is looking for a way out. What will these new potential American owners that might come in be thinking about this manager now? I mean, could they potentially think, right, we're looking worse off from last season, we're fourth in the league with the quality of the squad we got, that they might be thinking that's not good enough. That's not good enough. I just don't know, man. I mean, I'm just lost for words at the moment. It's just first 45 minutes, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We were in that game, but the way we started the second half, I could just tell that it was going to go drastically wrong because we invited so much pressure on. I mean, Freddie Ladapo, the amount of space and time he had to turn off away from his markers and feed people into play, that was just pathetic. I mean, the lack of pressure we gave him when he was on the ball, and Conor McLaughlin's marking, like I said, for goal, just poor. Just schoolboy errors. I mean, I'll answer me this. Are we any different to what we were last season? At the back, I mean, that game on Saturday, if we were to lose that, wow. I mean, oh dear. I'll leave it there, honestly. Keep the faith. That's all I can say, as most Sunderland fans say. SFC Fan TV, over and out.